Good evening, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to tonight's stream. Hope everyone's well. Thanks for coming in. How is everybody? Who've we got? Who's first one in? Dutch Railways, yeah, indeed. Dutch Railways are coming. Yeah, I was saying on previous streams, I don't know a thing about Dutch Railways, but I'm quite eager to know a little bit about it. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. A new country, of course, for us all. So that's good. That's good. You'll be streaming it in Dutch. Excellent. Good evening, Ratty. How are you doing? Sophie, good evening. Hello, Mel. Can't stay, but want to pop in and say hello. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. Good to see you. David, good evening. Kevin, good evening. Charlie, will I be able to play TSW5 now? No, I haven't got it yet. Charlie. But I don't know if I will get it earlier than the early access. I think that's to be decided. But as it stands right now, I will get it 5 days before the main release, on the early access that everybody else is getting if you get the deluxe edition. So if I get it any earlier though, and they allow me, then I definitely will stream it. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Just depends where they are with it. Duncan, good evening. Engineer Eric, how are you? Len, good evening. Nice to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Right, I'm not going to dilly-dally. So what I'm going to do is we ran the Pendolino on the West Coast Main Line South. We've done that. I thought we'd do a little bit of the Class 350 because the Class 350 is also coming. The Pendolino is part of the deluxe edition of TSW5, but the Class 350 comes with the standard edition as well. So you will get that, whatever edition you buy, you will get the Class 350. So we're going to have a look at it in Train Sim Classic. And I've got a couple of scenarios that are created by the community. So I've not run these yet. We'll see how we get on with them. What it's going to do is it's a two-part scenario. First of all, we'll be going from Birmingham New Street down the new Northampton Loop on the West Coast Main Line down to Northampton. And then the second part of the scenario picks up at Northampton and we go all the way down, joining the West Coast Main Line proper at Milton Keynes, which is what we get in TSW5, and we're going from Milton Keynes down to Euston. So I'm quite looking forward to this. So we'll see how we get on. Golden Ticket, how are you? Nice to see you. Charlie says, will I be able to play TSW5 before early access? No, don't think so. Alec, good evening. Go on then, Sophie, you got a question? Golden Ticket says, want to see the 390 layered onto the Birmingham Cross City, but it's through the main middle hub. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to layer it on there. There will be some layering, won't there, somewhere, but I think it's all to be announced. Don't forget, by the way, that if you want to get your very first look at the TSW5 version of the West Coast Main Line South, the preview stream is tomorrow night on Dovetail's YouTube and Twitch channels. So go and check that out. That'll be the first time you guys get to see it. I've played it already, of course. So, you know, for me, it's just a case of refamiliarizing myself, but I really enjoyed playing it. I gotta tell you, I keep saying it. Until you see it, I know you don't know what I mean, but let's read the blurb. Morning driver, welcome on board. You form this peak semi-fast service from Birmingham New Street to London Euston. Get set up ready for departure. Details for this service are provided in the briefing. Make sure the destination board is set to London Euston. It's been looking rather miserable in the Black Country since the early hours, although it's forecasted to clear up soon. So, right, this is Birmingham. Let's have a quick look at Birmingham, shall we? This is Birmingham. Bit dark, isn't it, in Birmingham? Actually, let's have a look over here. Got a Voyager, a cross-country Voyager over this side. I don't know what AI is going to appear on this, by the way, because the Armstrong Powerhouse sale was on. I spent a lot of money on the Armstrong Powerhouse sale. 200 quid. Don't tell the missus. So I bought quite a bit of stuff whilst it was 40% off. So we may see some of that stuff popping up on here. Let's get set up, shall we? Get the instrument lights on. We need the master key on. We'll put it into forwards. There we go. Just acknowledge that safety system. And we got the day. We'll put the day lights on. What is it? 6:30 in the morning, but that's fine. Get the doors open. Right, we need to set up the GSMR. You won't be able to do this on the TSW 5 version, but it is a thing on the Armstrong Powerhouse stock that you can get. So I'm just going to look what we are. We are 1Y14, so let's put that in. Need to register 1Y14. Signal is 168. So we've got a kind of, in TSW, we've got a sort of semi-functional GSMR, haven't we? But yeah, it's not working like this does. But let's have a look. We've got in the schedule Birmingham International, Hampton in Ardon, Barkswell, Tile Hill, Canley, Coventry, Rugby, Long Buckby, Northampton, and then we switch scenarios and we go Wolverton, Milton Keynes, where we pick up the TSW 5 route. Bletchley, Leighton Buzzard, London Euston. That's what we're doing. So we'll run this first part and then we'll switch across. So got the DRA on. That's fine because we've got a red signal. One thing I can't do on this, I must have an asset missing. I can't set the destination board. I can in part 2, but not in part 1. So just pretend that is done. It's over here. You can do it in TSW, by the way. You can usually do it in here, but you can't do it in this scenario. I need to click that as well, or we won't be able to go anywhere. Let me go back to the chat. If I miss anybody, I apologise because there's a lot of chat. What landmarks will you see on the TSW5 version? Well, just around Euston, you can see the BT Tower. You can see Wembley, of course. There's a few. You'll recognise it definitely as you drive in if you're familiar with that area. Good evening, Farah. How you doing? How have I been doing? Pretty good. The meet and greet, how was it? That was really good. The meet and greet was really good. It was nice to catch up with people again after last year. So, yeah, really nice to see people. Right. Let's give them the signal because we are able to go. Let me take the DRA off, or we're going nowhere. There we go. Right, we're off. I don't think I can open the window in this. No, I can't. Because it is quite quiet, this unit. Got a red as well. Why have I got a red? Let's have a look what we're waiting for. We'll put the wipers on. Let's have a quick look. That's us there. We're probably wait. Are we waiting for this to go out? Wolverhampton, London Euston. Or is there something coming in? There's this coming in, 2C25. So the TSW map going forwards, can you see all this information where it shows you which train is coming in front of you, and it gives the service name and what it's doing and what time it is? That's, you're going to be able to see that in the new routes in TSW5. They'll probably show that tomorrow. That's pretty neat. I quite like that. Right, well, we're waiting for this red. You watched two different videos, the same 350 sounded different. One had sound similar to 700 and one sound nothing like it in HD. In TSW or in this, Sophie? Alex says, perhaps a pendulum will be a layer in the future for the Birmingham and Glossop routes. I hope so. I hope so. It should appear everywhere, shouldn't it, where it should be. So I'm hoping so. Eddie, good evening. How are you? Yeah. 350 and 390 will only layer onto Cathcart and Glasgow. How busy is the West Coast Main Line? It looked pretty busy to me when I played it. And I played an unfinished version. It was still a test build. So, you know, I can't say whether that was going to be the final version or not. But it looked alright in that version. I can tell you that. Yeah, £200. Do you know what? I could have bought the lot as well. I really could, because I'm now downloading scenarios like this, and I'm actually able to play them. You know, I still have things missing, but not like I did. So it's really nice because you can go all sorts of different places, and people have created a lot of good stuff. Kevin, you've been playing a lot of West Coast Main Line on Train Simulator. Yeah, so have I. So have I. Definitely having a practice. Will they showcase the concourse at London? They might do. They might do. It's definitely a thing. I went walking around when I played it, so I'm hoping they show it. They should do. It's quite a big attraction to the scenery, let's say, at Euston, so they should show it. Right, we've got a 15 coming up. Let me know about the sound once we get going. As I said, this 350 is quiet anyway, but I've got it cranked up, so just tell me. Yeah, Sophie's exactly right. Watch the preview tomorrow and just have a look. I don't know what they're going to show, but usually it's quite thorough for one of these introduction ones. I'm quite looking forward to it, even though I've seen it. I always like the dovetail streams where they're showing something off for the first time. And usually I haven't seen it, so it's completely new to me. And I sit and I study it, and then I watch it again. Because I stream it as well, I usually will watch it again and just see if there's anything I missed in my excitement the first time around. So, right, let's accelerate out of Birmingham, uphill, of course. So we've driven this bit on the Birmingham Cross City, haven't we, as well, in TSW5. So if it could be because somebody has got the standard Train Sim Classic 350, and somebody else, like me, has got the enhancement pack from Armstrong Powerhouse, because Armstrong Powerhouse tend to get the sounds quite nice, don't they? So it could be that. Super Sprinter, good evening, how are you? What route are we getting? The Preston to Carlisle or the Milton Keynes route? The Milton Keynes route is part of TSW5, and then the Preston to Carlisle is coming later. By the end of this year, is all they've said. They're both quite exciting though. We've got Birmingham International coming up in 7.5 miles. Already speeding. I'm going to try and read the chat, but I want to make sure I'm driving it as good as I can as well. And I've got the chat far over to my right from where I'm looking at the train, so I'll do my best, but if I miss anybody, again, apologies. Right, it is a wet day, isn't it? They weren't kidding in the description. Golden Ticket took a little 5-day break on TSW. You've been playing the Military Tycoon game on Roblox. Oh, you play Roblox, do you? You'll be alright when the TSW version comes out then. Are the departure boards modelled and working in the concourse at Euston? They are modelled. I think they are working. You'll have to just watch tomorrow night just to confirm it, but I'm almost sure they're working. I can't remember off the top of my head. The biggest screen at London Euston, Alec, you'll see they've changed them. Do you mean the old ones that went wall to wall, high up? They used to go all the way along the walls. If you have a look at that video that I did recently, you'll see it. It's called something like The Real London Euston and My Trip to Dovetail. If you look, I did actually film a little bit on the concourse, and they've got new departure boards there now. They replaced those old ones. So they're now in the middle of the concourse. They're much smaller, but there's more of them. I know what you mean, though. You used to look up at the wall, didn't you? And they were all along one wall. If it's like Blackpool Branches, Preston's Carlisle will be October, November. Yeah, I think that'll be great. Want it just in time for Christmas. I always take some time off at Christmas, so we'll be able to have a good go at it. This 350 can shift, by the way. I'll just say that. I think whatever is your type of thing, whether you like these kind of services the 350 does, or you like the really fast express services the Pendolino, I think you'll enjoy running both. There's also the 710s as well. If you own the Suffragette line, you'll get the 710s on the Lioness line up to Watford, and the 377 is there as well. So there's a lot going on, especially around London as well. Does it have the animated lifts? I don't know that, Sophie. Don't know. Yeah, the tap change is interesting on the 87. Right, we've got Birmingham International, so we're going to do it nice and easily. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, I was meant to be there at 6:45, I was meant to be there. So, late once again. To be fair, we did have a red light, didn't we, when we were coming out of New Street. I haven't quite got used to the braking on these yet. You know I like to give the brakes a good test, normally. Just make sure we actually stop in the platform. I think the brakes are pretty good. I can't actually remember in the TSW version too much about the 350. I think I did one service in the 350, and the rest of the time I was in the Pendolino because that's what I was really interested in. But here we are, Birmingham International. I see, I'm already going off the end of the platform nearly. That'll do. Take a look outside. The rain's fairly coming down now. Bobbins, how you doing? Nice to see you. Class 87 is a lot of fun to drive up after Just Trains released the West Coast Mainline Preston to call out to make a Class 86 for the route. Should do, shouldn't they? Should do. Can you activate the FPS car? Yeah, I'll give it a go. Yeah. There you go. This is not, well, especially around Euston, this is not the best for the frame rate. In fact, when this released, if you follow Train Simulator Classic, it was like wading through porridge, let's say, coming out of Euston. It's improved a lot. They went back and fixed it. It's improved a lot, but yeah, wasn't great. I remember on DTG's channels, the night it came out, Sam, you remember Sam? Sam was Colonel Failure. He was streaming it, and even he couldn't make excuses for it. It was quite funny. Right, Hampton in Arden is next. Oh, Sophie's off now with the malted milk slip. It doesn't take long, does it, after Bourbons comes in? Top speed of the 350 is 110 miles per hour. Yeah, cool. Probably says that up here, actually, somewhere. But, oh, it says 100 there. It says 100. But I'm going to take your word for it, though. It'll let us do 110, I bet. Probably says in here we're not allowed. Sometimes it'll say you're restricted to a certain speed. Doesn't say. Doesn't say. Yeah, it's fine. Steve, good evening. How are you? Yeah, not too much biscuity mayhem. Yeah. We're gonna get some mayhem though if I don't get the brakes on. So yeah, so we're running down to Northampton in this first part of the scenario. And then we'll be coupling up to another unit at Northampton and then running down to Milton Keynes and on to where the TSW 5 route starts and then taking it down to London Euston. So this part of the route at the moment you won't get in TSW 5. Unless they decide to extend it anytime. And now with route hopping, there's a possibility there, isn't there? I don't know what you guys think about the route hopping. I know it's difficult probably for you to imagine it in practice till you see it, but they will be showing it off. I wonder if they'll even show that off tomorrow, you know, because tomorrow is also the first time really you're going to get to see the new TSW UI as well and how that's changed. So they might show you some features from the UI tomorrow night. It would make sense because if they don't, you'll all be wondering what's going on with the UI if they just show the route. So hopefully. But they've got a lot to get through over the next few weeks, that's for sure. There's the buzzer, so let's go. Barkswell is next. I'm going to presume that's Barkswell and not Berkswell. Berks as in Berkshire rather than a Berkshire. Looks like it's brightening up. Sam was quite hilarious. He was. I found him. He probably won't mind me saying this. I found him a bit irritating at first, but actually, then I came once I aligned with his sense of humour. I quite enjoyed the stuff that he did, and I started watching his channel as well. He's got his own channel. There's some blokes over there. Let's give them a hoot. Yeah, he's got his own channel as well. You probably already know, and he's continued in the same vein of form over there as well. So. Just under 3 miles we've got to this next stop. Maybe this is the older 350. They only reach 100. Is this a 350/1? Don't know. I don't know this unit very well at all, really. In fact, I only know it from playing this. Route hopping sounds like a good idea, clever way around merging routes. I think so. I think that is pretty good. I mean, you're obviously going to have to get out of the train at the end of the service and walk over to a point on the platform where you can then travel to where you need to be. And I don't know how fast the transition is between one route and another because I didn't actually see that taking place. So all will be revealed, but it must cut out a lot of the steps that you need to go through menu-wise, you know, to get to a different route. So it's a good step in the right direction for it, though. Right, how do I turn these wipers off then? I'm pressing V and it's not going off. I'll do it when we get to Barkswell, shall I? I don't think I know where the actual switch is. And I'll go shooting through the platform, as per usual, if I start messing around. And we've got a long trip, so both scenarios together are in the order of about 2 hours 15, I think. So we'll do both. Then we've done the complete rundown from Birmingham then. Probably braking a bit too severely, to be honest, there, but there's the stop board. Right, I've got to get them wipers off now. Let's get the doors open. Where's the wipers? Wiper switch. There you go. That's better. Lovely sunny day. down in Barksville. That'll wake them up at 4 minutes to 7 in the morning, won't it? You think Birmingham's dull and drab? No loss. It's not been in the. It's not been in the West Coast mainline route. I'm sure it's not always like that, Sophie. I'm sure it's not bad. Right, let's get off to Tile Hill. That's where we're going next. Good evening, Gilly. How you doing? Evening, Laserjet. Something you hope is improved for TSW5 is the weather, because on some routes when it starts raining, sometimes it's blue sky, not a load of clouds. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what, if anything, they've tinkered with the sky. Excuse me. All will be revealed tomorrow on the preview stream. I'm sure you'll be able to take a look. Exactly, Alec. Yeah. This West Coast mainline route that we're getting, the South. I'm going to call it West Coast mainline South, because that's what this is called. And I keep referring to Preston Carlisle as North, but actually it's, if you think about the TS Classic version, it's the West Coast mainline over Shap, and there's a separate one that is West Coast mainline North, but that's what I keep calling them for some reason. But on the version that you're going to get in TSW, yeah, there is a lot of chance for route hopping. Yeah, you can even take the Bakerloo to Paddington, and then route hop to the Paddington Reading route. There's all that going on. Someone will probably come up with a big list of the different connections and where you can and can't go and that kind of thing, which will be pretty good. Right, Tile Hill. Good evening, Lewis. How are you? Good evening, Duncan. If they were to add a new diesel, you want the Class 70. Yeah, I wonder what... Oh, God. Not keeping my eye on things now. We'll test the brakes. Yeah, we definitely need a new diesel, don't we? We need a new freight loco, I think. The TSW version will get a 66 in the DB cargo livery. Now I'm short, but it's fine. Get the doors open. Yeah, we're coming the DB cargo livery, but essentially it's still a 66, like we're all used to. Evening, Dave. How you doing? Hello, Animal. How are you? Is this another train with a letterbox window? Certainly is. Yeah, there's a few of them around, isn't there? This one's slightly wider than, let's say, the ones it's the 380, isn't it, on the Glasgow Edinburgh? That is quite narrow. I think it's the 380. Hanley is next. Good evening, Reese. How you doing? Ah, you see, Reese has already got it worked out. Look where he's gonna jump from with the route hopping. Will the 66 finally have a GSMR? Can't remember, but even if it does, it'll be the usual semi-functional one, I think, that we mentioned at the beginning. Adam was trying to get a 60 in TSW, but that's gone out the window. Unless Skyhook make one. They seem to be involved with the freight stuff at the moment, don't they? With the the gameplay packs for the 66. So possibly, you know, never know down the line if he already had that in the back of his mind. Maybe Skyhook can make one. Disappointed at the lack of overshoots. It's not for want of trying. I keep looking at the chat and taking my eye off it and not looking. And some of these stops are quite close together. And Cantley's in 1.3 miles, so we've got a flashing yellow in front of us, which is probably telling me to watch what I'm doing. Animal wants a 56. A 56 would be nice. Yeah, you like your 56s, don't you, Animal? You've mentioned that before. You've been dumped with the Shih Tzu. It sounds like a kind of illness, that. That's too much information, that, Gilly. Lewis, you glad they've included the free starter pack? I think that was a good idea, and that answered a lot of people's issues, didn't it, with a new version coming out. You can basically carry on as you were, but on TSW5. So, yeah, I think they probably had to do something like that. And I guess a lot of people are, we talked about it before, but I guess a lot of people are excited for TSW5. You know, because the leaks were coming out and people were like, oh, well, here we go again and blah, blah, blah and all this. But actually, after the Dovetail Direct, unless I'm looking in the wrong place, I haven't seen a lot of negativity, I've got to be honest. You know, and maybe that is because you're getting the starter pack for free. I don't know. Could be. Right. Where are we going next after this? Oh, Coventry. Coventry. Where's Stace when you need her? This Coventry is where Stace is from. And she's not here. Wait for the buzzer. Is he going to buzz? Well, I'm going to buzz him because we're off. Can't wait any longer. I'm going to assume the doors are all closed. LaserJet, you want a class 88 in DRS livery? Yeah. Flash aspects mean you diversion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Mikey B, good evening. Nice to see you. Don't say her name 3 times or she'll appear. Yeah. Well, she's got 1.4 miles until we get to Coventry and then we're done with her. If she doesn't turn up, we're not reversing once we leave. Duncan, you'll be playing it off Game Pass first and then buying the Pendolino. Then waiting until the UK regional version is on offer and then leaving Game Pass. They said, didn't they, that it was in the roadmap stream. Somebody said, are the Flix Train and the Pendolino available at launch without buying the deluxe edition? They said, yeah. So I can only assume that you'll save a little bit of money. If you buy the deluxe edition and you want both, you'll save a bit of money. If you only want the Pendolino, then it might be a little bit cheaper. I don't know. I don't think they've released the prices, have they, for those packs? So I don't know. No, I don't know anything about the route hopping time yet. As I said, it wasn't shown to me when I was down there. I was too busy playing the thing. I'm hoping they show it tomorrow night, just as an example. Good enough. This is Coventry. Reese says we need more freight overall. Dovetail just constantly recycling the 66. Yep. What are my thoughts on the conductor mode? I think the conductor mode is pretty good. I don't know how much I'm going to play it though. I will play it. I might like it. I thought the scenario that we got on Glossop was a bit gimmicky, I must admit. But again, I haven't seen conductor mode yet. But on the demos they were showing, that you like kick people's bags under the seat and all sorts. There was a little bit more than just checking people's tickets. That's quite nice. There's the Pendolino. Oh, it's got its doors open, look. That's naughty. And its doors open. Yeah, so I think there's probably a little bit more to it. Again, we'll have to see the preview stream to find out exactly what. But I think I'll play it. I was when I was down at Dovetail, I spoke to Matt. I sat down with Matt for a little bit, and I said to him, actually, one of the things for me, and I might have mentioned this on a previous stream, but I said one of the things for me is about that conductor mode is not just the fact that you're collecting the tickets and moving the bags and opening the doors and all that kind of thing. I said, actually, all these years that I've been playing TSW, apart from route introductions where they tell you to take a seat and you look out the window and they give you the history of the route, I don't really spend any time in the passenger side of things at all. I wouldn't, for example, I wouldn't go on TSW now and go and sit and go all the way on Blackpool branches between Preston and Blackpool. I'd find it a bit boring. But having conductor mode means I'm going to have something to do whilst I'm at the back of the train, which means I get to see all the good stuff because they put a lot of hard work into modelling all these things, don't they? Really, if you think about it, trying to get it as accurate as possible. I don't go in the back of the train, so I miss all that. You see, so I'll definitely get a better appreciation of the amount of work they've put in. So I'm definitely going to use it. I'm definitely going to do it. I think for some people, if they ever introduce the multiplayer where one can drive and one can be the conductor, I think a lot of people will get use out of that. I'm really not bothered about multiplayer. Train Sim World and Train Sim Classic are two games that I can quite happily just sit there and waste away a couple of hours just on my own, just relaxing, without any pressures like you get in other games to do certain things, and all the multiplayer aspects and all that doesn't really bother me. But I definitely can see why people would want multiplayer. How easy it is to implement, I don't know. We're off to rugby anyway. We'll have a game of rugby while we're down there. 9.5 miles. Only problem you've got, Gilly, with the Pendle is the lack of corner. Shap and Pendle is a different kettle of fish. You know we're going to be running the Pendolino up there as soon as Just Trains bring the route out. That's one of the first things we're going to be doing. We're going to be parking the 87 and taking the Pendo up there at speed, as we've done before in Train Classic. Reese, you believe the 390, the Flix train, etc., will be $14.99. So the deluxe, you think the deluxe content on its own will be $14.99 for both, or you mean $14.99 for the 390 and another $14.99 for the Flix train? I think, if anything, they're going to be 15 quid each, but I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, Duncan's, the Pendor supposedly cost 15 quid. Right, that would make more sense to me. Yeah. I think you're getting a lot of stuff in the deluxe edition though. You know, if you're lucky enough to have the money to be able to buy the deluxe, I would say, looking at all the different editions, I think the deluxe is the way to go. But it depends on your budget, honestly. Good evening, Si. How you doing? Yeah, deluxe is more of a better deal considering what you get. League or Union? Oh, don't start that. What's the one that the RAF play? Or they play at university? The snobby one. I don't really like that one. I like the other one, like Warrington Wolves and what's that, Super League? I don't watch rugby, by the way, as you can tell, but I have been to the Warrington Wolves because a friend of mine, his company sponsors the Warrington Wolves. He's got his company name on the shirt, and so he invited me down there. So I went for the big meal and all that kind of thing. I didn't have a clue what was going on when I watched the rugby, but it was a good night out. Animal doesn't want multiplayer because it means he has to be sociable. Yeah, there is that. You can't do it in isolation. That's one thing. Wonder if the 87 will layer into the West Coast Mainline South. Oh, that'll be good. That would be good, yeah. We're running about 2 minutes late. Jack performance trials, here we come. Yeah. A lot of people, by the way, have already been talking about the APT. Could somebody bring the APT? Because there is a loco DLC, isn't there? And people are speculating what that might be. Now that could be the 86, I suppose. Or what else could it be? The 86, or it could be the APT. The APT is really good in TS Classic. And we've done that on stream as well, haven't we? We've blasted that over Shap. I mean, the APT and TSW, that'd be awesome, that would. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't particularly care what they bring out for that route. Anything that comes out on that route is going to be completely awesome. In my eyes, I don't think they can bring out a bad local DLC for Preston to Carlisle. Not in that time period. Lewis, you're not a fan of routes set in the past? Yeah, there'll be a reason behind it because Blackpool Branches is a similar era, isn't it? So Just Trains, with route hopping in mind as well and all that kind of thing. They've done it all around the same era. I don't mind it. It's what I know from being a kid. the BI Blue, so I don't mind it at all. I like doing the modern stuff. Don't get me wrong. I think I can see in the chat there's a mix of you that like the older stuff and a mix that like some of you that like the newer stuff. Yeah, you're right there, Animal. The tilting technology is already there. From what I can tell, just looking at the Train Sim Classic community, I think it's widely acknowledged that the APT is one of the best DLCs that DTG made themselves for Train Sim Classic. And even people like Armstrong Powerhouse haven't done anything to it. So, it must be considered pretty good as is. So, I mean, personally, I hope they bring it out. We'll just have to see. I think if they bring it out, there's probably a license to print money there. Right, we're off to Long Buckby, which I think is now on the Northampton Loop, which is the new part of the route which I just picked up from Alan Thompson. Long Buckby, then Northampton, and that's where we switch scenarios. There's that pen door that had the doors open. You like the fact Just Trains are building a network even more because it's firstly a home route. Yeah, completely selfishly as well. I hope they recreate that Cumbrian Coast route. I really do, in TSW. I've had loads of fun playing that in this game. That will kind of build up the northwest area even further, I think. You've seen an APT Animal. I saw it coming back from Dovetail a couple of weeks ago at the Heritage Centre, looking way past its former glory. Just sat there with the paint peeling off it, and it's a shame, really. I do recall seeing it when I was a kid. If you watched my... Was it the last video I did? Where we tried to go up the West Coast Main Line, and I actually took some real footage from that bridge. That bridge is just around the corner from my mum's house. So when I was a kid, I used to go up there and obviously watch the trains coming past. And the APT was one of the ones that my dad took me to see from that bridge as it was coming into Preston. I didn't really know a lot about what the excitement was all about at the time. But obviously now it's written itself into legend, hasn't it? Right, we got 6.8 miles to Long Buckby. Enjoyed the video, lucky to catch the Pendo coming down as well. I was kind of hoping, yeah, because it was, I filmed that on, when did I put the video out on Monday, didn't I? So I filmed it on Monday and I put it out Monday night. So Monday, of course, was a bank holiday. So I thought, well, it's going to be a reduced service. I'll just hang around for a bit. And I had a quick sneaky look on real-time trains. Because I know that area of the West Coast Main Line so well, if you look at the detailed version where it tells you where the train is passing, I kind of know, up to that point, I kind of know where those points are. So I knew exactly how far away the trains were. So, oh, there's a bush going across the track. So I could see it was like 10 minutes away, so I sort of hung on and waited for it. So yeah, it was good to get that in as well, especially because on that approach to Preston, they're already going sort of. I think it's 40, I think it's 40 miles an hour coming into Preston. That bridge is exactly 2 miles from Preston Station. So 66 over there. So it's nice to get it at slow speed as well, so you got a chance to have a look at it at the same time. Is there a speed set on the 350? That's a good point, actually. I don't think there is. Could be wrong, but I don't see one. Let's just have a look on here. Doors, line light. Oh, great. Straight in a tunnel. I don't think there is, Ratty. Lewis, glad the 710 is getting more. You say that'd be quite nice. That I didn't run any of that while I was down at Dovetail. I didn't get a chance. But yeah, I quite like driving the 710, so that'll be nice. Nice animal, yeah, good. So you're going to get the deluxe edition of Preston to Carlisle and Gilly. You would pay deluxe prices. I probably would, to be honest. After Blackpool, I think the quality of Blackpool, I think, after seeing that, I think anything that Just Trains are going to do in the future, if it's that quality, you don't even need to see the preview. You could put your money down. Just my opinion, you know. How long are the runs on the 350 end to end on TSW5? What in mileage? They go from Euston to Milton Keynes. I don't know what that is in miles. What's the length of the route? But they do go the full length. Mikey B, definitely buying Preston to Carlisle to run a pace to Morecambe. You've got to do it, absolutely. I was saying on the video that I did where we went through the article for this, you could just spend a couple of hours just running backwards and forwards between Lancaster and Morecambe. I wouldn't get tired of that either, you know. Correct, Ratty, yes, you can. If you've got the suffragette, it layers on and you can go up and down the Lioness. Exactly right. Yeah. But the 710 isn't packaged in with the West Coast Main Line. It's you need to own the suffragette line. Right, Long Buckby. Thanks everybody for coming in though. Thank you for hitting that like button. That makes a big difference to me. And thanks everybody for watching all the recent videos. The numbers have been quite good. I've been quite pleased with those. And welcome to everybody that's new as well. A lot of new faces coming in, which is great. We're playing a lot of Train Simulator Classic at the moment, just so we can get on this area where TSW5 is going to be. But the minute we get TSW5, we will be streaming the heck out of it. Slight overshoot, very slight. We're not too bad. We're not too bad. We're on the platform, look. I can get around these trees. There we go. TSW5 is the best one yet. Yeah, it should be like that, shouldn't it? It should be TSW4 should have been the best. 5 should be the best when that comes out, etc., etc. It should always be improving in some way, year on year. Right, we're off to Northampton, and then we will switch scenarios. And we will carry on down to Euston then. We've got just under 10 miles down to Northampton. So nice, decent run. Looking forward to Lancaster being in the game. Are you from around that area, Eddie? Just by any chance? You don't have to say exactly, but are you sort of local to there? Ratty, you still need to get the suffragette. I thought you might have to. Waiting for a sale. It wouldn't surprise me if the suffragette was quickly on sale in some way or form after the West Coast Main, after TSW5 and the West Coast Main Line comes out, because there'll be a lot of people that haven't got the suffragette will want to run up and down the Lioness. But the thing is, as you said before, the suffragette line actually is really good. I quite like it. I still play it a lot. So I think, yeah, wait for a sale. But it's a good route. It is a good route. I do like the fact that you can buy a route like the suffragette, and then suddenly, later on, now TSW5's coming out, you're getting to use that all over again. You're getting to use the 710 all over again, somewhere completely different. So, the value you get out of buying the suffragette route gets even better as it layers into different places. But there's going to be a lot you can do on that route. And I've not really talked about the Frankfurt-Fulda route yet, or the US route, because I'm kind of hyped for this. But what I'm going to plan to try to do is when I get it in early access, I'm going to try to do 3 streams if I can, following each other, 3 nights in a row, where we'll do one of the routes each night. That we cover all 3 in 3 nights. We'll try and do that. So that if you've been on the fence and you didn't get the early access, then you'll be able to have a good look. So not just the dovetail streams. You can take a look how we usually look at it, which is with a sort of keen eye on it. And if we see something we don't like, we say it, and if we like it, we like it. You know me, I'll do that if I see something. I might be a dovetail ambassador, but if I see something I don't like, I'll tell you. Nobody at Dovetail tells us what to say. I keep trying to stress that to everybody who says, oh, I don't watch ambassadors, they're terrible. Why would I watch a salesman? It's not like that at all. It really isn't. But people are people, aren't they? So yeah. But yeah, so we'll sort of do the usual on all three routes, is essentially what I'm saying. Can't wait to watch the preview tomorrow. Absolutely, I'm quite excited. I'm quite excited. Mikey, you're on the sick at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy. Hope you're getting better. It's nothing too serious. But yeah, thanks for watching the videos. Ratty, you're on the North London line, soon to be the Mildmay. These names change, and someone's gonna have to write me a list. Went all the way from Stratford to Kew. That'll make a good add-on route. Yeah. I don't know that route, but I'm going to take your word for it because you're a railway man, aren't you? So are you happy we're getting a Welsh route? Living in Wales, wanted one for ages. Yeah, I hope we do. I hope we get the North Wales coastal as well. That's another route that I really enjoy playing in this game. The possibilities are endless, aren't they, really? And the thing is, if that Cardiff route comes out and it's really, really popular, it kind of sends them a message, doesn't it, as well, that the Welsh routes, you know, potentially could be good sellers. Right, we've got 60 coming up. Am I allowed to show the West Coast Main Line after they've showed it? Or do you have to wait? Do you mean... So, I saw it, but I was at Dovetail. I don't have it here. I don't have a copy of it. I saw it at Dovetail. So they let us play it. They had some rows of PCs. I stayed away from the PC because I'm predominantly a PS5 player. And they had a big row of, I don't know, 10 PS5s. Strangely, there's no Xboxes. Didn't see any Xboxes this time. Last year they had dev kits. They had Xbox dev kits. But I played on the PS5. So I didn't... I haven't got a copy now. And also I wasn't able to record any footage in there. We weren't allowed to record in the building. And probably you can thank the leakers for that, or we may have been able to record. So, you know, people that leak stuff spoil it for everybody, unfortunately, and I think that's a typical example. Yes, Charlie, it will. Yeah. Between Euston and Watford. I think it goes as far as Watford. That's the Lioness line, isn't it? Ratty's height for the Cardiff route. Lots of variety. There is. It's a baffling route map, that, isn't it? Again, I don't know that area, so I've sort of had my rail atlas out. I've been trying to sort of get used to what's what and where's where. Farah has also volunteered to give me a coaching in how to pronounce all the Welsh station names, because he reckons I'm going to completely butcher it even more than I normally do, which is probably correct. So he's telling me he's going to send me something where he's saying them phonetically. So we'll see how that goes. Thought that was my red for a moment then. So this is Northampton, where we will switch. Yeah, exactly. North Wales coast looks a great route in this game. Holyhead to Chester. Yeah, any of these. Any of these. Mikey, you think the Fulda route's going to be busy? Can't believe how many trains we get with it. You don't have any of them. Yeah, there's a lot of German layering, isn't there, on a lot of the routes. Yeah. Be showing videos on the 12th. Yeah, so if I get early access before that and they allow it, I'll show it before that. But at the moment, I think I'm going to get early access when you guys get early access. Right, what is that signal there? Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Is that shunt signal mine? Oh God, I don't know. I don't know if that's my signal or not. It was. Pleased about that, but I did save it just in case. Am I going all the way to London? Yeah, I'm gonna swap scenario now, and we're gonna carry on because it's a two-parter. I'm gonna carry on now from Northampton down to Euston. So we will soon, once this service starts, we'll soon get to Milton Keynes where the TSW route starts. We'll pick up from Milton Keynes. So this bit's all extra. I just thought it'd be worth running the whole thing, having a good go with the 350. Because since I bought this pack from AP, this enhancement pack, I've not really run the 350. So this is our unit that we're going to couple up to at the start of part 2. So I'll come close to it. That's weird. See his lights come on then. Got a guy on the platform there supervising. Looks like he's going to fall over. Right, so there we are. We're going to couple up to this one and we're going to back the other way. Wait here a moment. Meanwhile, please move on to part 2. Let's do that, shall we? Then we can get moving. Are you guys arguing now? What's going on? That's part 1. Actually, look at that. That's 4 red bars. That's considered quite a serious scenario, that one. So let's move on to this one. 70 minutes. So this is lead the 0636 London North Western Railway service from Birmingham, which we came from, to Euston via Northampton on a lovely August morning. In part 2, which is this, you continue with the service up to London. See, that's weird. Up to London. Up north, we would say down to London. And it's strange that. It's not that strange, but right, let's get in and couple up. So this is the route loading in. There's a lot going on. Don't worry, the track will appear. The station will appear again. There's the destination board, which is now working in this one. This service will be formed of 8 carriages for the remainder of the journey up to London. You're required to couple up with the unit in front of you at Northampton Platform 1. Once you're all sorted, please allow passengers on board. Meanwhile, deactivate this cab, move to the front cab of the other unit and prepare for the 7:48 departure. So we've got a little bit of time, haven't we, to play with. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to couple up straight away. So we'll get the master key on, put it in forwards. Just acknowledge that.
AWS and AWS operational.
And I think we should be able to pull forward like this. So let's do it. Oh, helps if I take the DRA off, doesn't it? Then we can move. Take a look outside. There we go. Right, so we're coupled up. Let's get... That's already... Throttle's already 0. We'll turn that off. Turn that off. Anything else I need to do at this end? I don't think so. Let's go to the other end. Of course, in TSW we're able to get out and walk, but we can't with this. Get the doors open. We've got a green signal. We'll take the DRA off. Do that. Put that in forwards.
TPWS and AWS operational.
Hold on. That's a bit fiddly. That's the instrument lights. You know, it's sometimes easier just to press I. Daylights. Okay, that's good. Need to acknowledge that. And then we have got the GSMR. Once again, we are 1Y14, of course. So 1. Oops. Sometimes a bit tricky to scroll through these. 1Y14. Signal is 024. Registrant. There we go. So, in this part of the scenario, we are going Wolverton, Milton Keynes Central, where we'll pick up the TSW5 part of the route, Bletchley, Leighton Buzzard, London Euston. So we got a few minutes just to wait until departure. I think it said 7:48, did it not? 7:48. Let's put the DRA on for now. Let's do it safely, and we'll just wait. Let's have a look at what's going on. Still learning how to do stuff on TSC. Oh, you got the subscription. Oh, excellent. Probably a good way to get into it, I think. It does cost a lot of money, certainly initially. Because, you know, because I've been playing it about just over a year. Obviously, the game's 15 years old. There's a hell of a lot of stuff, and you want it all at once. And it's difficult not to just spend loads of money. But yeah. London is the up line. Yeah. Exactly. There's the up and the down, and London is always up. Yeah, got it. Yeah. What do you do to switch cabs? Control and plus. Or you can do it if you bring up this menu, the full menu. It's this. These two icons will take you left or right, wherever you want to go. Through it'll sort of cycle through the cabs. But I always go with that more minimal HUD these days. Control plus to switch. Just keep pressing Control plus until you get to the one you want. Do I have the ATS 745 for TSE? No, no. It's I think I would like to have it. It's very expensive though. I think it's expensive. And I don't know that train enough to be able to justify that. I tell you what I will get though from Alan Thompson next. I do want the 185 and the Chatmoss route. So I think from Alan Thompson Sim, those are the next two that I'll be getting. Because that 185 appears in lots and lots of scenarios all over in TS Classic, so it's worth having it, I think. Those cabs definitely aren't for the larger gentlemen. yeah, they're a bit of a squeeze, aren't they? Look, they're definitely a bit of a squeeze. Claustrophobic, almost. Look at the passenger view. I think that's wrong. Are they meant to be red on this train? Why do I think they should be green? I don't know about that. Maybe they are meant to be red. In fact, look in there, the green. I can see green there. They're definitely green. Yeah, that's the flirt. Yeah, so that one, 745. I hadn't actually seen one until the other video that I did recently when I was on my holidays down in Norfolk and Suffolk, and they had a 755, which is very similar, isn't it? And I travelled from Beccles to Norwich via Lowestoft and the Wherry lines, and it was quite a nice train to travel on. That's a 755 though, whereas the one that is for sale is a 745. So I presume they look the same, I think, but there's obviously some differences somewhere. As I said, I don't know them enough to know, but I don't think I would pay. Is that how much it is? 38 quid. I don't think I would pay 38 quid for that unless it was a train that I knew and loved and absolutely must have it. It's not that high up the list. I think it's just ats.co.uk, Si, I think. If you Google it, you'll get it. I don't think the chat will allow links. It might be blocked, but oh, you bought the flirt animal. Is that what you mean? Is that what you're talking about? Seven five fives are shorter and have an engine power pack thing in the middle. 745s are longer, like a normal train. I got you. Okay. Yeah, I didn't intend to do a video. That's why that video is part showing the train and part showing inside the train and Lowestoft station, etc. I sort of just bodged together everything that I took on my phone. Afterwards, I only thought about it later. I could have filmed a lot of the trip, but I didn't think about it. Yeah, it was a diesel. It was a diesel animal. Yeah, diesel electric. There you go. Right, we're nearly ready to go. 48. We're for the off, and I think we're off to Wolverton first. So there's the doors. Take off the DRA. Our guy's back on the buzzer. He's decided he's taking part, so that's good. Right, Wolverton, 13.4 miles. So let's just have a look at the schedule. We're due in at Euston at... Oh, it doesn't say. We leave Leighton Buzzard at 8:17. Oh, there we are, 8:48. Into London, 8:48. So it's an hour. It's another hour. So hope you guys want to stick around for that. Hope you do. I always have fun on these ones because a lot of the time I've not run these before, so it's a bit of an adventure. The thing I quite like at the moment about TS Classic that I can't do in TSW is kind of like go on a website, somebody's created a scenario for something, and you can just run it, and you go places you've not been before, and trains with skins that you've not used before as well. Like I got one of the enhancement packs I got at the weekend was a Class 86. So after driving that 87, Armstrong Powerhouse do their own standalone Class 87. But I thought I'm going to be playing an 87 a lot with TSW, so I already had the 86, so I got the 86 enhancement pack. So I've been playing around with that, and I've been downloading all sorts of different skins for it, which are quite nice. There was one I got before, I can't remember what the hell it's called, and it's a famous one as well. Oh god, I'm gonna have to try and remember what it's called. See if you guys know a Class 86. It's like a royal blue colour with a white front, and the nameplate is Les something. Some of you big rail fans might get that. Les, I don't know what his surname is. Someone can Google it for me. A Class 86. But it's a nice livery. And I downloaded some scenarios, 4-part scenarios that takes me from London Euston up to Coinforth. And when I get to Coinforth, you uncouple and a steam train takes over. That's a pretty neat scenario. That's what I mean about TS Classic. There's a few things like that. Overspeed, contact the signal. Les Ross, that's it. Les Ross, that's the one. See, I knew one of you lot would know. Yeah. It's a nice livery, that, isn't it? It was the livery that I saw. I mean, obviously, because I can't remember the guy's name, I couldn't remember what it was called, but the livery just struck me. And lots of people on Alan Thompson have made scenarios for it, and I thought, I wouldn't mind running that. So I've downloaded a few of those. Swear I'm going the wrong way. When British Ace did this, he was driving the 350 with the old delivery, and I'm on the wrong side of the track. It's not my scenario, so whatever the guy's built in the scenario, that's what we're doing. Maybe it's gonna switch me down here. We are getting nearer to Wolverton, are we? Hey, do you know what? You're absolutely... Are we going the wrong direction? Right, stop. God, we could be going the wrong direction. Did I switch to the wrong cab? You might be right, Reese. Look at the distance. It's not... The distance isn't going down. Oh my god. Emergency. Do you know what? I bet I can't go back either, can I? Because of the signals. That was a very good spot, Reese. Very good spot. Right, you know what? We're going to have the wait at Northampton. It said swap cab, but it didn't say which cab, did it? God. We were going back to Birmingham then. Oh, dear me. And I thought it was going to be a longer night. It's just got longer, hasn't it? Don't worry. We'll sort it out. That's what's happened. I think we were going the wrong way. dear me. Right. What do you think of that then? That's brilliant. I don't think you can do that in TSW. You've got to go the way that you go. But the thing was, we had the signal, didn't we? Let's just have a quick look. So we are here. That's us, the red one. So yeah, Euston's this way. Euston's down here. That's not good, is it? Right. Let's do this again, shall we? And we'll go to the correct cab.
TPWS and AWS.
So when I said I hope you guys are going to enjoy this and stay until the end till we get to Euston, I'm putting you through it now. You're going to have to stay that little bit longer. But it's fine. We'll get underway and we'll go in the right direction. Good job you're watching, Reese, what's going on. That's what happens when you've not run a scenario before. Right. Let's couple up again. There is something else I can show you at Northampton, actually, whilst we wait. So it's not all in vain. Right. That's that done. So what else do I need to do? That's off. That's off. I don't know. Should I put that back on? I probably should, shouldn't I? And we take it off at the front. So that's where we went that was wrong. This is the one that we want. So we got the up there. That's what you were saying. Up to London. So let me just mute that. Cool. Right. Let's get it set up again. So master key into forwards. Acknowledge that.
TPWS and AWS.
Instrument lights. Daytime lights. And want to acknowledge that. We're already set for Euston. We are 1Y14. So 1. One Y 14 and 024. Now what I'm going to do is, yeah, 024. There you go. We're definitely going the right way. The signal's correct. Deary me. Right. Well, we got to drive a little bit more than 350 anyway, didn't we? Oh, right. Let's see what everyone's put whilst we're doing that. Spent more time on TSC than TSW. Have you, Si? I think mine's kind of the same, I think, this year. Yeah, cheers, Mikey. Hope you're feeling better soon. See you later. Yeah, you did buy it. Yeah, there's a lot of money, that animal. I didn't know you're into your Train Sim Classic that much. 86259. Les actually owns the loco. Ah, right, okay. Usually it's people that are deceased, isn't it, with these things? When you start a scenario on Classic, you get the big missing assets message. How do you get rid of it? Press F2 and then cancel. F2, then you get another pop-up, cancel. Ratty's off for chips. He's always eating. Ratty is always eating. He's having a kebab one time, then he's having chips. Is it the 86 that has a stuffed pigeon toy in the window? I've not even seen that. You did save me some time, Reese, yes. Would I agree the 700 is one of the best DLCs in TSW? I don't know if it's one of the best. I've nothing to compare it against really, but it's quite good. 86259. Oh, it was Peter Pan. Yes, I do. Tea and biscuit. Oh, don't start him with the biscuits, please. Signal's also green. Yeah, I got. Well, you see, that's the thing, right? Because that's what confused me. So, if I hold on a minute, microphone is getting in the way. But if you look down here, you see, I thought I was right because of that. But I should have noticed as well that the signal is 1033. Whereas up here, we've got the correct signal per the briefing 024. And up here it says 1024. So, plus the fact we've already just come in from that direction. So, is the signaller having a nap? Well, if the signaller isn't, I certainly was. Les Ross is a DJ from Northampton. Oh my word. He must have a few quid if he's buying a loco. We've got an owl there. I presume that's to scare away pigeons and whatnot. I think there's another one down here as well. Somewhere. Oh, there you go. Like a bird of prey, like an eagle or something. Quite a good idea, isn't it? Northampton Station. Whilst we're waiting. Quite an impressive building. Got a bit of pink there. So, we're off at 48, aren't we? So we've got 2 minutes. So I'm going to take off the DRA. We're ready to go. This time, we're going to London. How are we doing on the actual channel? We haven't been doing so bad. We have got 7,981 subscribers. So we just need another 19 to get to that magic 8K, which is pretty mind-blowing, to be honest. Hopefully, once we get into TSW5, we'll get a few more on board as well. "20 seconds and we're off." So yeah, what time is the? It's the usual time, isn't it, for the Dovetail stream tomorrow night, 7 PM UK time. I don't go for all this UTC. It's confusing. Just tell me what time it is in my time, and I'm happy. 7 PM. They're always 7 PM, aren't they? Right, there he is. Right, he's buzzing us. He wants us to go the correct way. We're going to do it. So let's make sure that distance counter starts going down. Fireworks going off outside. Broad daylight, and there's fireworks. In August. Right, good. We're on the right track, look. Now it's down to the signaller. So we are on time, but really we're 10 minutes late stream-wise. But it's fine. Up to 75. Are you in your truck tonight, by the way, Animal? Or are you at home for once? You seem to be always on the road. So we've got just under 12 miles to Wolverhampton. So Wolverhampton, Milton Keynes, Bletchley, Leighton Buzzard, London Euston. $1900, yeah. Start the stream 1900. Who's presenting that one? I did read it yesterday. I think it's Matt, JD. Can't remember if there's a third person. I quite like the Matt ones. He's quite passionate about it, isn't he? So he gives plenty of detail normally. At least the destinations are working on this scenario. I don't know why they weren't working in the first one. Bit odd. But there's just no power to it. It just comes on automatically, and then you just use on this EP. You just use F7. I think it's F7, F8. I think to go up and down through the list. I think you guys you're quite in the fast show, are you? Sounds like the fast show. So we're still on the Northampton Loop part of the DLC at the moment. So we join up with Milton Keynes. I remember that. Bono is dead. Channel 9. Yeah, I remember that. That was actually quite funny. They've got all those on. They got all those on YouTube. You see them on YouTube. You're in your truck, animal. Out all week. Which reminds me, I will get round to doing the Euro truck in that Mercedes. Oh, is that a 90? There you go. Do you know what I mean? You fill up your DLC with all these different packs, and it's great when you download these scenarios, because even though you're not actually driving that train, you'll just randomly see it. It's quite pleasing, you know. JD is. Oh yeah, JD's on the stream tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know if JD plays it. You know, I should have asked him. He was there last week, the week before when I was there. I should have asked him. I don't know whether he's just a community guy or he actually does play it. You know, even in his spare time. I don't know. He's probably too busy to play it, to be fair, but. We got one more week of it and then 2 weeks off, which is just in time for TSW5. Yeah, you're lucky. I wish I was off, to be honest. A Pendo coming past. JD is a board of directors, so he's quite important. Oh, Harry Enfield, yeah, smashy and nicey, that's right. Yeah. God, that takes me back, that. Yeah, he's more of a tennis club guy. They must all play a little bit of it though, because how can you honestly how can you work in that job and be completely disconnected from playing it? I don't know. I don't think I could. I don't know. Maybe he's kind of you know, game agnostic. Whatever job he's doing, he just does the job, no matter what game it is he's promoting. Maybe, don't know. I might be wrong. He might be like level 700 in TSW, and he's just not told us. Good evening, Neil. How are you? Yeah, Harry, of course, will be doing one of the streams, that's correct. Another northern voice coming at you from YouTube. Yeah, Harry wasn't there when we went down. which was a bit of a shame. I was quite looking forward to having a catch up with her. Right, this is Wolverton. Excellent, Neil. Good to know. I'm very bored. How are you? Love that name. ETA for Euston is 8:48 into Euston. Just over 3/4 of an hour. Doors closing. Milton Keynes is next, so this is where we pick up the TSW route. Which we did run the other week in the Pendor, didn't we? Well, I think it was a video I did, didn't I? It wasn't live. It was a recorded one in the Pendor. Yeah, I don't mind them, Neil. Yeah. What about you? Oh, wow, look at this Pendo action. That's a Voyager, actually, isn't it? There's a Voyager. Pendo coming towards us, Voyager overtaking us. Don't like the UFO sounds. Yeah, they are a bit like that, yeah. Yeah, I can see where you get that from, yeah. JD did some 4-up challenges badly. Yeah, so he probably doesn't play it very much, does he? On the basis of that, I remember. Right, Milton Keynes is just over 1.5 miles. I did see Megasim, yeah, spent quite a bit of time with Megasim. I'm in Megasim's video, actually. If you watch Megasim as well, I can't remember the name of the video, but he interviews me at the end of the video. And we're at Dovetail and he interviews me. I think he asked me what my favourite announcement was. I think he put it out straight after the Dovetail Direct. So anyway, I'm in the video. And Megasim's in one of my videos as well. A photograph of him. The trip to Dovetail video, he's in that one. Took a picture of him trying to sneak into Dovetail's offices. This is Milton Keynes. You'll be getting used to this place in the next couple of weeks. Should have probably stopped before there. I was thinking I had more platform than that, not to worry. I'm going to save the scenario as well. Neil, you like the BR Blue era? Yeah. Like the Desiros, but the traction motors get annoying. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a common theme. How would I describe the Chatham HQ? I don't know really. It's just one floor in a building, open plan. It's weird because you walk in and there's Matt just sat at a desk like a regular guy, and a few others knocking about. Yeah, it's very nondescript really. To be quite honest with you, it's nothing special. I think a lot of them work from home most of the time. But obviously a few of them came in for the event. Good evening, Morgan. How you doing? What are your thoughts on guide mode? Do you see yourself using it often? Yeah, I was saying this at the beginning. I will use it. I'm more interested in the driving, obviously, but I think I will use it, and I'll see if I like it. I might be surprised. I might want to do something. I might want to do something a little bit different, and spend an hour doing the conductor stuff. We'll see. How about you? I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that it's in the game. At least you've got a choice, then, haven't you? You don't need to. You don't need to play it if you don't want to. Ah, you've changed your name. Well, I hope you've not changed your name because you are very bored. Reese. I remember Reese. Dovetail Direct had an Apple event feel. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I thought last year's was quite good. TSW4. Do you remember the big announce where the orchestra started playing the music, and it kind of built up into this big crescendo? Then the screenshots started coming up, and the trailer and all that stuff. I thought that was pretty good. This year was a little bit more low key, I think, and but more straight to the point. I think they just got straight in there this time. One of the funniest bits was when they introduced the train sim VR, and Matt was in the background wandering around, flailing his arms around. That was quite funny. Might use guide mode on some short services first. Yeah. The creative team at Dovetail are very good. They are very good, yeah, and a lot of them. I don't know if it was all of them, but a lot of them were down there as well, and so they interviewed me as well. Dovetail creative team actually interviewed me, so I don't know if that'll turn up anywhere. It might do. We'll have to see. Right, Bletchley is next. Let's get some speed off. Is DTG HQ in the old rope tie-in store building? Do you know the Docklands much then, Gilly? I know what you mean, because there is a rope tie-in place. Rope manufacturing or wherever it is. It's behind it's right behind it. But they're all sort of converted, Docklands warehouses. So they're very oldie worldy on the outside, but on the inside they're quite good, quite modern. Repurposed. They're probably all listed buildings. See, last year we did a tour of the historical dockyard. Went around the ships and the submarine and all that stuff. Obviously we did that last year, so this time we didn't do that. We spent a little bit more time playing the game, which is quite good. Went out for my tea with Matt and JD and Jan and Megasim, British Ace and a few others. Yeah, it's good. Good couple of days. Off to pick up the missus and ensemble from the Citadel. Be back if you're good. Cheers. Okay, thanks, Gilly. Yeah, so we'll be gone at 48. So it depends if you're back. Animals off to bed. Off to Milton Keynes tomorrow. Ah, very nice. Well, hope you have a good night, Animal, there in the back of your truck. Thanks for coming in. Guide mode on things like the 801 must be a bit boring. More services non-stop with the stations really far apart. We'll just have to keep trying it, won't we, I think? I'm definitely going to use it when it comes out. I think he does a bit of everything, Lewis, to be honest. Obviously, his main job is producer, isn't it? He's like the overseer of everything. But I think he dabbles in all of it a little bit. Right, Leighton Buzzard. 6.3 miles. You're going to get, in this 350, you're still going to get some decent length services. Even though it's 50 miles, with the stopping points, there's going to be a fair amount to do. Whereas the Pendolino pretty much goes straight through. So, as a 66, I quite like the Pendo runs. I would say I would prefer the Pendo runs better than these, but I will spend quite a lot of time doing these because the stations are far apart enough for it to be, not too stop-start. I don't like the ones. Some of the German ones are very stop-start. I'm not a massive fan of that. You just get going, then you got to stop again, pick people up. This one's a little bit more spread out. And as you can see, you get to do a pretty decent speed as well. Just under 4 miles. Reading slightly. So after Leighton Buzzard, we are straight through non-stop down to Euston. Bakerloo Line's literally the definition of stop-start. Yeah, I did quite enjoy the underground route, the Bakerloo route, when it came out, and I thought it was a really novel idea. And then I started to play it a little bit less because it seemed a little bit repetitive to me. Although when I've not been on there for a while and I jump in, I do quite enjoy playing it, and that's the same for any routes that I've not played for a long time. So last weekend I jumped on the Antelope Valley line because I've not been on there for, I don't know, a couple of months, and really quite enjoyed that. Did 2 services that took me end to end, took me a couple of hours, but quite enjoyed it, But you know, when I see on the forums where players are asking for another underground line, I don't know. I'm kind of like, underground's underground. You don't see any kind of varied scenery or all the other stuff that comes with it. You know, with a route that you buy. So I don't know. I don't know if they'll do any other underground routes. They might. You know, I would assume that, you know, Bakerloo being the first of its kind was pretty popular. How many services would I predict there are for the 390? It's a good question, and I really don't know the answer. Probably have to wait until tomorrow for the stream to see that, because I'm sure they'll be going through the timetables in some detail. I like this bit with all the passing traffic, and there's a lot of that going on in the TSW version as well. Right, Leighton Buzzard. Let's stop there, shall we? What are you looking forward to the most out of the whole TSW5 and the routes and the deluxe content? What is it? You know, what is it most you're looking forward to? I mean, it's quite obvious. You know, with me, it's this route in TSW that I'm looking forward to. Driving this, driving the Pendo, especially the Pendo. I think the one single thing that I'm most excited about is the Pendolino. But once I've got over that and the Preston Carlisle route comes out, then I'll be excited all over again, you know. And the more screenshots that Just Trains keep releasing on that dev blog, I'll be getting pretty, you know, I'll be getting pretty hyped for it, I've got to admit. But on release day for TSW5, probably the Pendolino is the thing I'm most excited about. What about you guys? And whilst you tell me, we'll get going for Euston. So we've got 40 miles to Euston. Straight through. Been waiting for this for 4 years. Yeah, I've been requesting West Coast Main Line in the forums for ages. Ages. Like I said in the last one, I didn't. I would have liked the section that Just Trains are doing, but any section actually would have been alright, you know. West Coast Main Line and Pendolino, the Just Trains route, and the Wales route. Yeah, the Wales route is going to be awesome, isn't it? It is. There's something a little bit different about the Wales route coming out that we don't know about, you know. Bit of expectation there, I think. Let's just looking forward to the 66. Yeah, what we want is a good long run in the 66. That's what we need if we're going to use the 66. Right, we've got speed change coming up. The yellow, isn't it? Save the scenario anyway, because it's good practice. Yeah. After the ECML. Yeah, I think they had to do the West Coast Main Line, didn't they, after the East Coast was done. It's only fair. London's nicer than a dull drab Birmingham. It's quite nice in this part of the world, isn't it? Certainly is. Yeah, of course there's the ATS route as well, yeah. Which people have been speculating about as to where that is. I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon, officially, where that is. I don't know, by the way. Nobody's told me. Let's get up to speed, shall we, as we pass through Cheddington. No rivet sprinters. Looking forward to flying past the Bakerloo line in the 390. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird seeing the Bakerloo line and those stations that we've had in the Bakerloo line, the overground section, seeing it from this angle as you come through. Cheddington's famous for mini cheddars. We'll probably stick to around 100 miles per hour, shouldn't we? If that's what it was telling us. Give or take. But yeah, this part of the route is quite scenic. Before the leak, before we get in the West Coast Main Line OS modern in the new base game. I mean, someone was a bit naughty with those leaks, weren't they? That was an Avanti. What was that? An 807 or something? I'm sure I downloaded a skin for that. Is it an 807? I don't think they exist yet, do they? Or do they? I'm trying to recall. It was needed for a scenario, and I downloaded it. We are passing through Tring at speed. Stand back, please. No wonder they had that railing there on the platform. Stop people getting near the track. The 805s are 5 core, the 807s are 7 core. Yeah, I think that was meant. That was an 8 or that was meant to be an 807. The enhancement pack is 800 to 803, I think. And that one's got an Avanti skin on it, meant to represent an 807 Avanti. But we're doing pretty good. 30 miles to go. So according to this, our ETA is 8:49, which is just a minute over our booked time. Oh, the other thing on the Pendolino, you can step through the driver's door into the kitchen in the Pendolino, which is pretty nice. Well, at least we're getting over Shap, Eddie. Even though it's in the 80s, set in the 80s, not rather than modern, but I'll take it, definitely. Yeah, so all this part of the route you're going to be able to run in TSW. So the good thing is it's not all straight as well. You have a few curves to get into in the Pendo. And the Pendo will be running at, the full 125 miles per hour as well. Unlike this one, max speed 100, but slightly over. I mean, hopefully they do a couple of full runs tomorrow night. They'll do one in the Pendo and one in the 350. I'm kind of hoping this one out of all of them is a mega stream where he spends like the roadmap was what 3.5 hours or something last week. I kind of hope this one's like a real proper showcase, and they spend a good amount of time showing it all off. Hemel Hempstead is coming up. We'll be passing through there. Thanks everybody for those likes as well. Do appreciate it as always. I think they'll give these the decent coverage. I mean, this is a new game, isn't it, that's coming out, so you'd think they'd spend a little bit more time on this than they normally would. I think it'll be a bumper crowd anyway tomorrow night. Some people have not made their mind up yet what edition they're going to get. We'll probably be hitting the button during the stream I expect, once they get to have a look at it. "14 viewers. This stream is so underrated." Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I just play these things for fun and just you know, just hit the button. See if you guys are around. The main aim is just to have fun, really. Some people will watch it as well after the event, so it's all good. It's all good. Lewis, you've pre-ordered and you've got the deluxe. Yeah, you also get decals, don't you? As part of the deluxe, some decals for the livery designer. You know me, I don't dabble in the livery design. I'm not creative enough to start getting into all that. But there's some very clever people out there in the livery designer and the Creators Club in general. Just, you know, scenario designer. But I'm just not. I just drive the things. I'm just not artistic enough. But so the decals don't really bother me that much. Good evening, Tommy. How are you doing? Hopefully Euston will be packed with trains on TSW like London Victoria. I can only say there was a bit of traffic. The few services that I ran in the TSW5 version, there was a bit of traffic around London and coming in and out as well as you left Euston. So I'm hoping, you know, there's probably been a couple of iterations of release since I played it as well. So I'm hoping it's even better. Again, we'll see tomorrow night, but you know, I'm pretty hopeful you'll all like it. Thank you for the sub, N8 Scooby. How are you? Welcome to the team. You've tried the livery designer before and it's hard. You don't know how some people make the livery so detailed. Yeah, I think you've just got to be artistic. That's not me, I'm afraid. So, I mean, Jason PFC, who comes in the streams quite often, he runs the Train Sim World community Discord. He has created me a couple of liveries based on the channel, which you may have seen. I've got one for the 150, the class 150. I've got one for the Pacer, and I've got one, I think, for the Javelin as well. There's a Voyager. You can get them on Creators Club, by the way. Just go on Creators Club, just search for Tintin, and you'll see those liveries come up. So if you want to get some of those channel liveries, there's plenty of red going on. You can go pick those up. That was Watford, by the way. We're approaching my favourite station name ever, Bushy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I just love that, Bushy. Bushy Hearts. Hertfordshire. And we're only 16 miles out of Euston now, so... Tommy says, yeah, can't wait for the preview tomorrow night. Absolutely. I'm just going to get myself, you know, showered, changed, get down there, get the big TV on, and just, you know, see what there is. Like I said before, I've seen it, but I'm still excited. You guys have not even seen it yet. Gooby says, nice, thanks. I'm one of the 14 watching. Thank you very much. Actually, we've got 18 and welcome to everybody who's just popped back in. Bournes is back. Mind the Watford gap. Oh, God, I knew that one would be coming up. Watford's famous for what's its crisp. Actually, Watford, there's a big, just near Watford, there's a big Ovaltine factory. You can see it on the train, actually, as you're coming in. Someone told me this is a 378 last week. There's a 378, so that's where your 710 will be headed in the TSW5 version. Gooby's a Mark 3 fan. 313s, 321, 319s, and 325s would be great to see in the game. TSW5 West Coast Mainline, yeah, absolutely. As someone who's played the game before, please rate the detail at Euston on a scale from 1 to 10. That's really difficult. I don't want to say because I was on a test build, but it was still okay in the test build. It was pretty good in the test build. So I'm just going to say wait till tomorrow and then tell me what you think afterwards. That's not a cop-out. I don't want to spoil it for you. Right, Harrow and Wealdstone is coming up, where we joined the Bakerloo. So if you remember on the Bakerloo line, you take the train out to this set of buffers, change ends, and you go back. That's Harrow and Wealdstone. So lots of you have been down this section before, over on the right hand side. That's the Bakerloo. Oh, an 87 derailed at Bushy back in the 80s. God. That must be frightening, that. A derailment at speed. I mean, can you imagine doing this speed now and having a derailment? It's just not worth thinking about, is it? Yeah, I don't mind Ovaltine. I've not had that for quite a while, but I hate to mention chocolate when Bourbons is in the chat, but you used to also be able to get an Ovaltine chocolate bar when I was younger. I don't know if any of you remember that. It kind of, when you bit into it, it had like sort of crispy bits of Ovaltine inside it, mixed in with it. It was actually quite nice, to be fair. I tell you what, there's plenty of these 378s going on. It's a busy old line. And then we've got Pendor blasting out. And this is Wembley Central, so we will look for the stadium once we get out of it. There it is. You can't miss it. And it's exactly like that in TSW as well. It's very nicely done, actually. Right, we have 7 miles. This is where the frame rate always gets a little bit choppy on this route. we've caught up a little bit. We're due in a minute before we're booked, so it was alright once we decided we were going the right way. But the Bay Clue now is over on the left hand side. Oh, that, yeah, I saw that. Sophie, is that the Fascinating Horror channel? I haven't watched it yet, but I saw the thumbnail because I do watch a few of his. Yeah, I just saw the thumbnail and I saw the ICE all over the place. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet though. There's the Bakerloo, Queen's Park, I think that is. I've got to be careful now. The minute I go out of here, I will get an AWS. And we'll get an emergency brake, so. Absolutely, Kevin, yeah, I am too. Because I'm hoping they can then give the 710, you know, a bit of a blast that you can't do on the Suffragette. If not a blast, you know, a decent run. Oh, it was on seconds from disaster as well, was it? Do you know what I mean about even in this game, the scenery down at this end of the route is quite dense. There's a lot going on. You know, you got those Bakerloo surfaces going up and down as well. You got Pendos coming in and out. There's all sorts happening. It looks even nicer in TSW. You know the way TSW always looks. Just wait till you see this end in TSW. And I'm honestly not trying to sell it to you. I mean, you know, what I'm saying is have a look tomorrow, make up your own mind, see what you think. If it needs to be late to realistic. Just honestly, I don't know how many of my streams you've been in, but usually we're fashionably late. So this is a one-off. We have occasionally we'll have a spad. We have plenty of overruns, overshoots. We've not done so bad today, actually. We've got a single yellow. It's the other thing as well. There's a lot of signalling quite closely bunched together, so you've got to keep your wits about you down this end. There we are, we've got the yellow. Platform 5 at Euston, we have got. Yeah, I think tomorrow you might be saying, take the money, take it. But if you don't think that, let me know. I'd be interested. MH Trains, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the team. I mean, to answer your earlier question, certainly we've got this level of traffic in TSW, from what I recall. But we've made it, at least. I'm so glad you guys pointed out we were at the wrong end at Northampton. I would have worked it out eventually that we weren't getting any nearer. Oh, dear me. That's why you do route learning, you see, because then you know which way you're meant to be going, and you know your stops, etc. Let's get the doors open a final time. Let's go to the 8 camera, shall we? And in fact, if you watch my trip to Dovetail video, you can see me coming down these ramps here at Euston. I don't think we can get in there. Oh yeah, we can. The shops are very 2D. It's much better, as you would expect in TSW. Thanks, driver. Some lovely London sunshine sees the end of this journey. Your colleague will be here in a bit for the 0923 return back to Brum. And you're free to take a break. Scenario complete by Matty JT. So, Matty JT, big clap for Matty JT. Both of those scenarios were created by him. Every credit. Quite enjoyed that. Plenty of traffic on the route, etc. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Don't forget the Dovetail stream tomorrow night. I will be in the chat. So, say hello. Give me a shout out in the chat. And just the main thing is just enjoy it. Sit back, enjoy it. And we'll have a talk about it again on the next one. So thanks for coming in. Thank you for all those likes. Thanks to the new subscribers. Welcome. Take it easy. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, everyone.